Custom emojis are one of those things you see in other Discord servers and instantly want for your own, but a full clean set normally means paying an artist or drawing them all yourself. So I tested whether AI could just make the whole set instead, and it can, with all of them matching and the AI writing every prompt for you. And in this video, I'll walk you through the entire process, from one photo of your face to 18 custom emojis uploaded to your server and ready to use. So it all starts with one photo of your face, but before that photo becomes anything, there's one thing I have to do first, and if I get this part wrong, my emojis won't look like they belong to the same set. For all of the image work, I'll be using Higgsfield, so if you want to follow along and end up with your own set, the link to sign up is down in the description. And the best part of this whole workflow is that I never write any of the prompts myself, because I'll get Claude to write every single one for me. That's bigger than it sounds, as writing a good image prompt is the hardest part for most people, and here I get to skip it completely and just describe what I want in plain words. So the very first thing I want is to see my face in a bunch of different art styles at once, so I can pick the one I like before I build a whole pack. I'll just tell Claude that I'm making a Discord emoji pack with a cartoon version of me in a yellow shirt, and ask it for one prompt that shows my face in 9 different art styles, inside a single grid, and here's the prompt it gives me back. To run it, I'll head into Higgsfield, open the image section, and pick GPT Image 2, which is the model I'll be using for every image in this video. Then I'll set the aspect ratio to 1:1, the resolution to 2K, and the quality to high, load my face in as the reference, paste the prompt, and generate. The reason I do this style sheet first is that picking a look is so much easier when you can see 9 of them side by side, instead of committing to one and hoping it works. The style I'm going with is the cute chibi in the second cell, that big-headed cartoon version of me. And there's a real reason that look works so well for emojis. A Discord emoji shows up really small, so the things that help it read at that size are a big head, thick clean outlines, and high contrast. And the chibi style has all 3 of those built in. But picking the style is only half of it, because now here's the single most important idea in this entire video. If you make them one at a time, each one comes out a little different, when the whole point is that they all match. So instead, I'll make one master character first, and then every emoji in the pack gets generated from that one image, which is what keeps the same face, the same yellow shirt, the same blue jeans, and the same colors right across the pack. My face is already loaded from the last step, so there's nothing new to upload. I'll just tell Claude that I picked the chibi style, and ask for a prompt that turns me into one clean, full body version of that character. Since it wrote the style sheet in the first place, it already knows the exact look I mean, and it writes me this. It's worth taking a minute to get this master right, because every emoji is going to inherit whatever this image looks like, so any mistake here shows up in every single one, and that one clean image is my starting point now, the single reference that every emoji in the pack gets built from. That's the foundation locked in, and from here, I won't make the emojis one by one, because there's a much faster way to get a whole pack at once. So instead of making them one by one, I'll pull the whole pack of 9 out of Higgsfield in a single generation. To do that, I'll attach the master I just made and tell Claude I want a 3x3 grid with one reaction in each of the 9 cells, evenly spaced. I'll also ask it to put a thin light grid line between the cells, and that one small detail actually does 2 jobs at once. It keeps all 9 cells lined up evenly, and later on it gives me clean lines to cut along when I split the grid into separate emojis. Here's the prompt Claude puts together for the whole sheet. The 9 reactions I'm going for are the ones people actually spam in a server, so laughing, love it, mind blown, GG, sobbing, a nice with a thumbs up, hype, an F, and rage. And because every one of them is generated off the same master, they all come out as the exact same character, just pulling a different face and pose in each cell. I'll run it with the master loaded in, same 1x1, 2K, and high as before. Now, a few of these have a bit of bold text built into them, like the LOL, the GG, and the F. But here's where a lot of people go wrong. They treat that text like a crutch and let it do the actual work of the emoji. The problem is that at the size a Discord emoji really shows up, that text is just too small for anyone to read. So the words are only ever a bonus you notice in the picker or when you hover over one, and the pose itself has to carry the whole meaning on its own. That's exactly why every reaction here is one big, clear pose, doubled over, laughing, hugging a heart, both fists in the air, so you can tell what it is, even when it's shrunk right down. And out of that one generation, there's my entire first pack. 9 reactions, every single one clearly the same character. I don't want to stop at just one pack though, so I'll build a second one too, and the tricky part is making sure it doesn't feel like a copy of this one. For the second pack, I'll switch to a completely different look, clean 8-bit pixel art. The method is the same as the first pack. I'll lock in a starting point first, and then build the 9 reactions off it, so everything matches. My face is already loaded, so I'll just ask Claude for a prompt that turns me into one clean, full-body pixel art version of myself, and that becomes my second master. Here's what it hands me. I'll run it the same way as the first master, and keep the best one. With that Pixel Master locked in, I'll ask Claude for the sheet, the same 3x3 idea as before, but this time with a completely different set of 9 reactions. And this pack skips text altogether, because pixel art with tiny text in it just reads badly. So instead of words, each reaction leans on a bold pose or a clear prop, like a pair of sunglasses, a game controller, or a little pixel heart. Here's the one it writes for the pixel sheet. The 9 this time are cry laughing, hard eyes, a cool sunglasses one, a pog face, a GG victory, sad, rage, a salute, and hype. Giving this second pack its own separate set of reactions is the thing that keeps the 2 packs from feeling like copies of each other. I'll generate this one exactly the same way as the first sheet, with the Pixel Master loaded in and the same settings as before. And now there's a whole second pack in a completely different style, which was the whole idea. That gives me both sheets now, 18 emojis in total, but not a single one of them is ready to go into Discord yet. Right now, each pack is one big grid, so there are 2 quick jobs to do before any of these can go into a server. The first job is cutting each sheet into its 9 separate emojis. For that, I'll use a free tool called PostCron and its image splitter. I'll upload a sheet, set the grid to 3x3, split it, and download the 9 tiles as their own separate images. This is where that thin grid line from earlier really pays off, because it gives the splitter clean, even lines to cut on, so nothing gets cut off at the edges of any emoji. I'll do the same thing with the pixel sheet, and now I've got all 18 emojis saved as individual files. The second job is the make or break step of the whole pack. Every tile is on plain white right now, and in Discord, that plain white shows up as an ugly box around the emoji instead of a clean little character. So I'll take all the splitted images and run them through another free tool called I Love IMG, using its remove background option. That takes the white out and leaves each emoji on a see-through background, so it shows up clean on any server, whether the theme is dark or light. One thing that's worth checking once they're done is the edges of every single emoji. You don't want any white halo or stray pixels left around the outline or the text, because those little bits get really obvious the moment the emoji is shrunk down small, and that's all 18 cut out and cleaned up on a see-through background. But before any of them go up, Discord only takes them at one exact size, and getting that right is what keeps them looking sharp instead of blurry. And hitting that size is the quick part, really just a couple of numbers to match before these can go up. So I'll size every PNG, both packs, to 128 by 128 pixels, and keep each file under 256 kilobytes, saved as a see-through PNG. That's the exact size Discord uses for its emojis, so every one of them uploads without a problem. I'll go into the server settings, open the emoji tab, and hit upload emoji. I'll add each PNG and give every emoji a short lowercase name, which is just what people type between 2 colons to use it, like Thomas Lol or Thomas GG. And for the pixel pack, I'll put a short prefix on the front of every name, something like PX, so both sets stay tidy. With everything uploaded, the last thing left to do is actually put them to use. I'll type a couple of them into the chat, react to a message with one, and open the picker to show the whole set together. And with that, you've got all 18 custom emojis, made from a single photo with AI, live in your server and ready for anyone to use. And the whole thing runs inside Higgsfield, so you can make your own set the exact same way. Claude writes every prompt for you, so you never have to word a single one yourself. So sign up to Higgsfield with my link in the description and turn your own photo into a full set of emojis. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.